What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we're here with the Black Blade training. Today we're going to be covering the 8-star difficulty. Well, actually, it's not the 8-star difficulty, mind you, because I've already completed it. The 0 stamina difficulty quest. It looks like you can only complete it once. I had no idea that was the case. Either way, if you have not completed the 0 stamina difficulty yet, you will see that here. I believe it's an 11 or a 12-star difficulty. It could be 10-star. I don't actually remember now that I'm thinking about it, but either way, the 0 stamina difficulty of this quest allows you to get some additional rewards. If we go over to the Chopperman requests, look under the special tab real quick, and we scroll down just a little bit, you can see that if you clear the Black Blade training round 4 a single time, you get 5 of each of Fear Resistance, Ship Bind ability, and Slot Bind tablet. So if you are a little bit low in the tablet department, which I'm sure everyone always is, this is a great opportunity to potentially get just a couple of pretty decent tablets there. Now, there are some other missions here as well regarding this Perona here. Now, you can see that there are obviously the 15, the 30, and the 60 stamina quest. By clearing this, you'll be able to get these special EXP items, which are the blades. You want to be getting as many of these items as you possibly can, as it will enable you to just finish the Chopman mission. The mission requires you to drop those items as much as you possibly can. Now, by dropping as many of those swords as you possibly can, you're actually going to be getting rewards for this Perona character. So I'll quickly go ahead and show you guys this Perona, because I do use this character in the upcoming 0 stamina difficulty, as you guys are about to see. This Perona is actually pretty good. I actually do use her on my Doflamingo challenge team, the Garp challenge Doflamingo number 2, because of her ability to use Kuma as a support and also having a pretty decent special. So her captain ability doesn't matter too much, but her special on a 12-turn cooldown reduces all enemies' defense to 0 for 2 turns. Your top row get quick slots, your middle row get size slots, your bottom row get int slots, and then also will reduce your right column by 2 turns for their special charge time. Pretty decent, honestly. Reduces paralysis by 1. You can see my sockets aren't even done yet. I should probably go ahead and do that. She has slot bind reduction by 5. She reduces her own cooldown by 10 turns at the start of the fight, so her cooldown is ready to go as soon as you start, which is very important when you guys see how the zero stamina quest actually works. Her support, it's really good for V2 Zora and V2 Mihawk, I suppose, but if you're not really using those 2 characters, this support is basically useless. But overall, make sure you go ahead and farm the 60 stamina difficulty first, get your Perona completely maxed out, and then you'll be able to take on the 0 stamina difficulty a lot easier. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. So going ahead and talking about this team here, of course, we do have that new Perona, as I did mention. She's a very, very good unit for this 0 stamina quest. But massive shout out to my man, Brain, who was the original creator of this team. Brain is an old school content creator for One Piece Treasure Cruise, and unfortunately doesn't play the game anymore. But anyways, shout out to him, fellow Aussie of mine, so it's really, really cool to see him create this really, really cool team. But it's actually really awesome the way it works. And I mean, I do have another team that I created when this event originally came out, to the English and French version of the game. I'll leave a link to it down below in the video description. But I think for a majority of players out there, they probably are going to struggle to build that particular team that I had previously uploaded, because it did have the new Red Recruit Pudding and the Red Recruit Big Mom available from the Black Blade Sugo Fest, which I know a lot of people are not going to be pulling for, considering how deep they have to go in the banner to get those characters. And I mean, the characters are not worth the amount of gems that they require to get, so I can't really suggest you guys doing that. But you guys would have seen at the very start of this clip here that we used Perona on stage 1 to give us those very specific slots so that we can break through those slot barriers of those zombie knight characters. So that's actually really, really important that you have the Perona enabling you to do that. And look, she's a free-to-play unit you can farm up yourself. So, you know, if you haven't done it yet, like, this whole week before the anniversary is a great opportunity to just dedicate your time to farming up these free-to-play characters, which are not going to be easily accessible moving forward. Obviously, we've got the Perona here for the Black Blade training event, and then there's a free-to-play Doflamingo in the Dressrosa, or the Tragic Countries Conflict event as well. Now, another thing that makes this particular event really, really annoying to take on is the fact that there is a very strict condition which states that you cannot build a team that exceeds 180 cost. Now, that obviously presents a lot of issues, right? Because typically when you're going up against challenging content, you want to have Sugo Fest exclusive characters. But of course, bringing Sugofest exclusives, they have additional costs applied to that. You know, 55 cost or 65 for 6+ characters. And then rare recruits are like around 30 cost, Colosseums are 40 cost, treasure maps are 60 cost. So you can see how this could be quite a big issue. And even if you want to run a support effect, supports also add to your team cost. So you are quite restricted in what you can do here. Luckily, there are actually some really good low-cost characters that you can run. Namely, on this team, we do have this free-to-play Zoro character who is actually, I think he's only like 1 cost or something. Like, he's really low. And the main reason why we use him is because on the second last stage, when you kill the final boss, he gives you a very bad, like, beneficial orb enable thing. So, like, all your type slots are counted as non-matching. So, if you use the Zoro special, it will basically negate that, which is great. You've got, obviously, Stampede Luffy as well as our main captain here, because he has a phenomenal special, giving himself huge attack and orb boosting effects. Shanks Crew is the friend captain, which enables us to actually get around the special bind that gets inflicted a few times in this fight, so that's very good. We have the free-to-play Bartolomeo, who is actually available through one of the Kizuna exchanges, and he has a pretty good special ability that gives you some pretty decent damage reduction for 3 turns. And then obviously the free-to-play Perona, and then we have the rare recruit Smoothie with double special activation. You don't really need her double special activation to be 100% maxed, but I would say like at least level 3, yeah, I think at least level 3 in order for her to actually be used here, because we do use her special twice on different stages. We use it, it's technically on the same stage, but you'll see here that we activate it here to remove the 2 turns of burn. Because what happens is once your burn expires, he just applies it again. So once it goes down to 2 turns, we can remove it, then go ahead and have 2 turns of just regular attacking without having to worry about the burn. And then when he applies it again, we can just stall out a little bit, and then once it's at a 2-turn cooldown, use the Smoothie special again to just go ahead and take him out. And then once we finally reach the stage against Mihawk, which is the final stage, it's actually pretty easy. We do get given block orbs on turn 1, which obviously sucks, but we can just go ahead and consume those slots. And the really good thing about, you know, when you use Stampede Luffy, you want to make sure he has a matching slot, so his orb boost that he applies to himself is actually going to be active. And because we have Shanks Crew, we can use their switch effect to give us a matching slot no matter what, which is obviously very good. And the fact that we have that really good special ability, which will give us the 3.5 times chain lock. And then obviously when we use their special, we have their dual captain effect, which is a 4.5 times attack boost. And then you've got Stampede Luffy, who's also a 4.5 times boost to himself. We've got the Megalo ship as well, which we do use like once in this fight. So once we get a couple of recovery slots, we can use the special to lock those slots so that we can get a few turns of decent heal back, so we don't have to worry about our HP as much. And that's like, it's pretty straightforward. Like, I think the Black Blade training event, just from looking at both events, Black Blade training is much easier compared to the Doflamingo event. There are less characters that are viable against the Doflamingo event compared to the Black Blade training. There are quite a few zombie teams that you can build that are able to take on the Black Blade training as well. I personally didn't want to do that because obviously it's a pretty big time investment into doing that. So I wanted to go ahead and try and use a team that was actually solid and didn't have to rely on zombie tactics, even though, you know, you got to do what you got to do sometimes to get through content. I completely understand that, but I personally didn't want to go through that. But either way, Stampede Luffy, Shanks Crew friend, and the following subs, of course, just absolutely went in and was a very impressive team. So if you guys have the applicable units, I would definitely suggest to use this team to get your hands on some pretty nice tablets. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure you go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.